Okay. So in this training, this workshop here today, we're going to be going through the email. Okay. So power of email. And this is such an important topic because this is where all the money's made. Regardless of what anybody will tell you out there, this is where all of the money is made. I promise you. So we're going to talk about unlocking the power of email. And, if you're brand new to me, how many of you are you? I know everybody else in here, but Kurt, are you pretty brand new? How did you come about being on this here today? You can either unmute yourself or you can tell me down in the chat. How did you find out about this here? Was it from I found an email scrubber? Uh, I found an email scrubber for Instagram. So Kevin, we don't want to do that. Okay, we don't want to do that. So when you say
No.
email scrubber, that means you're just basically scraping a bunch of emails off of a platform so that you can put them in a list and start emailing them. You do not want to do that. Just saw your ad second time listening. Okay. What ad did you see? Because I'm not running any ads at the moment. So, or did you mean just like a piece of content, or maybe you've seen like an email from me or something of that nature? Was that how you see me? Did you get my message in the email? Did you find me on like TikTok? I saw it in an email. Okay. Well, case in point. There you go, guys. Um, yeah. So, but you don't want to be scraping emails, okay? Because I'll tell you what, it just doesn't work. It the you would have to scrape so many emails and waste so much time. The time that you did all that, you could do it the way we should be doing it, and it would work so much better for you. Okay. So we're going to be unlocking the power of email. And you might be wondering, like, why this guy? Who the hell is he? What does he have to talk about? Why should I trust this guy? And I'm not going to go into the big old spiel. It's just plain and simple. When I first started using email, the first time I learned how to use email, I went from, and this was back, let me actually pull this up because this is actually before that. Um, I was I started in my agency here, and I wasn't using email. And this right here is when I discovered email. Right at this, I went from basically like 20 grand a month with my agency. And then I discovered email and I had like 26,000, 54,000, $58,000 month. And then I basically got out of that business because this was like right when COVID hit. And I still had like 20K coming in per month, but I got out of this business and went to my other business. And then that was when I started up with like the Make Once in 2021. And then I actually curbed that one and started working with private clients. But within these, 2 years, I'll let you add the numbers up there. Pretty good volume coming in. And I attribute all of it to um, email marketing, truly, and having a funnel involved as well. And it's not just me, we've got some people coming in. Okay. We've got other people, they came in, and I'm more impressed by people that come in and they're like, got my first call booked, because these are huge, right? It's like these are just out of Build Lab. These are some of the testimonials. This gal here, she got Build Lab. She put the funnel up. 14 days later, she got her first sale 14 days after joining. Sahil, he started getting $97 a month customers inside of Build Lab. And then this guy here was with the martial arts stuff that I did. He got 10 students, and his students are $1,800 a piece. So in the first month of stats, he brought in, well, in that week, he brought in 10 new students with our funnel. So his 18 grand. That month, he did $56,000. And the month prior to that, he was doing $8,000 a month. This Corey here, he's got his roadmap figured out, his blueprint. Alicia, she got in and she started doing the 67 a month, 97 a month thing that I was teaching her. And then I said, hey, why don't you do lifetime access? And she signed up 15 people at 597 in a 2-day training. So that was pretty awesome. And she was new to it. This person just got in. This was 6 days ago. Tori here. They're in 6 days and they're already getting their offer and product going live, because some of you were wondering, how long does this take? This guy, he closed a $5,000 deal, literally like a month in on what we were doing. So I just tell you this because, it's not just me, and all of this involves people getting their emails rocking and rolling, which is what we're going to talk about today. So 18 leads, 3 new members. So that's pretty good closing ratio if you get 18 leads and sell 3 of them. And then this is Chuck. Just a few days ago, he started a pocket coaching offer. He's got over 10 members now in his pocket coaching, and he just literally launched it. Plus, he has more people that he had before that in his bigger program. So I just wanted to say, it's not just me. There's other people doing this stuff too. So the email marketing struggle that people have, you're gonna have to excuse me. I've been flapping my jaws all day, so I'm a little dry. Okay. So how do you create content that goes in the email? This is a struggle that people have. It seems like this is a question they all have. Or how do you effectively redirect clients from like a landing page to a main site or a sales page from the emails? Okay. If you guys have these problems, let me know down in the chat if this is ringing the bell for you. I want to make sure we're all on the same page and we're all making sense here. Okay. Because what I'm about to show you here today, most people are going to make you pay for. Okay. And I'm not lying. Just ask anybody that's involved with me or been with me. Like I give a lot away for free because I know how it works if you do that. Okay. You earn people's trust. They get started with you. And that's just kind of a hint there that I'd like to give you there. Okay. So let's see. We've got some down in the chat. If you have any questions, put them in the chat and we'll get to them for sure. Excuse me. Okay. So the other one is difficulty in understanding the initial steps of creating their account and managing the account. These are just the struggles. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything before we get started here. Another one is how do you create an email list to begin with? Okay. What should my open rate and conversion rates be? How do I set up the automations so that my leads get the emails and not my customers? Because a lot of times people I see with their email marketing, they are still sending emails to people that have already got started, and people don't like that, just like you don't like that, right? You're getting these emails, you already started, or you didn't want to be involved, and you're still getting them. How do I get my emails to actually land in the inbox? How can I turn my leads into sales the fastest way possible? How do I create a subject line that people actually open? What's the best email platform for email marketing? Which we've already had that question, so that was right on. How to engage the audience, the frequency of sending emails, and what is the content strategy? And how to stand out in a crowded email inbox. Okay, so is this resonating with anybody? Is anybody like, yeah, these are all questions I have? Are we on the same? Put yes down in the comments. Use the chat, please. Let's communicate like a bunch of friends and adults that are learning how to make money using the internet. So this whole thing is, it doesn't matter literally what you're selling. I primarily help people take their advice and turn it into a course, a membership program. I'll show you how to do coaching online, one-to-one, virtual mastermind, in-person mastermind, however you want to do it, however we can do it, is what I teach and what I show you. So, and that's my Build Lab program. So my goal is to really just transform your strategy here. Okay. By the end of this workshop, what I want you to have is I want you to have not just the tools, but I also want you to actually know the strategy of what we're doing with email marketing so that you can actually drive sales and drive business growth. Okay. So I want you to have an aha moment. That's really my primary goal here. And I'm going to take you through this process of how we actually do email. And I'll be honest with you, I do not know anybody. And if you guys do, please, I would like to know who it is because as far as I know, I made this little process up from combining a bunch of different things together, and it just happened to work out. It's kind of like when grandma is like, well, we're out of this, this ingredient and this ingredient. So she tries other ingredients and ends up making a recipe that becomes the family recipe for decades or something, right? So what happened here with me was I was like, how can I create emails and how can I do this marketing thing even though I don't know what I'm doing? Right? It was like I didn't know how to do copywriting. I didn't have 10 years to learn copywriting. I couldn't afford a copywriter. So it was like, all right, I've got to figure out how I can make this thing work, even though I don't really know what I'm doing, right? And so that was kind of the essence, kind of like not having the ingredients. That was kind of the essence to me figuring this out. And I just call it my value train program. Okay. Or it's like my value train process or system. So that's actually what I want to share with you. Okay. And
Good
I'm going to
dog. What a good dog.
yeah.
Okay.
So, what I want to do is I just want to take you through what this process looks like. Welcome, everybody. Okay, we're going to talk about email, making it happen. Um, if you're, how many people are not in Pocket Coaching or Build Lab? If you're not in Build Lab or Pocket Coaching, just put a me in the chat here for me, just so I can kind of have an idea. We'll have people bouncing in and on here. It's kind of an odd time. Okay, so Ian, you're not. Um, yeah, anybody else use the chat? Let me know. Me, okay, Kurt, you're not. Okay, just kind of getting a feel of who's all here. Craig, you're not. Awesome. Okay. Well, good. So, I am going to make an offer to you at the end of this thing. You don't have to buy it, but I'd be doing myself a disservice and you if I didn't offer you a solution. So, what I want to do is I thought, I was building out these slides and I thought, you know what? Everybody, typically goes through the slides and all this stuff. I thought, why don't we just jump right into the actual system and the program and let's look at this and see how this works and how it all breaks down. So are you guys cool with that? Just like getting right into the tool because that's really honestly what I would want, right? I would want to just get in there and do it. So, yeah, it's going to be much more helpful for you. And for most of you, you may not even need to buy anything from me. You might just see this and go, "Oh, okay, I see how this works." And then you can go on with it, okay? So, let me share my screen here. And what I'm going to be taking you through, I'm going to show you what I'm going to take you through here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and I want to give you a little bit of like the overview of like how this actually operates. Because if I just get in here and start digging through this, you'll not be able to connect the dots. So what we're going to do is this is the funnel. So this is my value train funnel. And I actually want to, I put value training. Okay, so this is the value train funnel. And in this funnel, we have our 4 pages of our funnel, which you'll always hear me talk about the 4-page funnel. This is the funnel that I made all of my money with. I still make all my money with, and I've been using it for, over a decade. It's been a really great funnel. I've never found anything that can beat it. And then this process down here is the new process that, well, I won't say new, but it's the process that I don't hear anybody training on or teaching, and it just works so well and it's so simple. So this is the value train gallery and the emails. And then we're also going to go over and look at what an email campaign looks like and how we set it up and how we make the emails go out in an automatic way, how we make the emails stop going out when somebody signs up, and how do we set up these automations and all of this stuff. So we're going to go through that, and you can ask questions along the way, and I prefer that you do so that you can learn and figure this stuff out, okay? And yeah, so that's that. So let's take a look at now, like, what are we actually doing? Like, what's the real process? What's really happening here? Okay. So this is what's happening, and I'll just pull up. Usually I use the drawing tool. Let's just go here to this. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna go to the funnel. Can you guys see where it says this stuff on the screen, make once email thing? Yes, no, maybe so. You guys can speak up, by the way. Just pretend we're standing in a room together and you want to talk, okay? We're just gonna act like humans here that are all in a room together learning this stuff. All right. Are you guys excited about this stuff? Do I need to send everybody a shock treatment over there to wake up or what's going on? Okay. Yes, yes, yes.
Sounds
Okay, good.
cool.
All right, good, good. All right. I could use a shock treatment myself. Okay. So this is the funnel that I'm going to be presenting to you. And then this is the email automation process. So what we do in this world that we're in of selling things online, selling our advice. It does, I mean, you could sell a pickup truck, you could sell a banana, you could sell advice. It doesn't matter what you're selling. You can do it and use this machine to do it, because I have literally sold all of those things. I've sold alcohol with this for people that owned liquor stores. I've sold antique cars. I've sold chiropractic. I mean, you name it. I've literally sold it using this process. So out here on social media, you're posting things about the problem and the solution that you're involved with, right? And then what happens is people need to go somewhere so that we can generate a lead, because the moment you generate a lead, everything gets much easier after this process, okay? After we generate a lead, everything is downstream or much easier, right? And then once we generate this lead, okay, so they come to this landing page here, they opt in and they go into our email list. Okay, so this is rule one. Number one thing we've got to do is we've got to generate a lead. After we have a lead, they come to this page here, and on this page, on the next page, this is what I call the VSL video, or it's a video sales letter, or you can call it a value video. On that page, what we do is we basically provide some free value. So we show them how to do, think of kind of like what I'm doing now. This could be like a value video. I'm teaching you something while at the same time I'm showing you how to solve your problem, while at the same time I'm also presenting what it is that I do, so that it all kind of works together. Do you see how this works? Like I sell this, but it's also how you do it. You know, it's how you solve the problem. And this is how this all works. So I'm not holding anything back. Like, you're literally learning what it is right here. And then at the end, you know, I'll say, now you can try to figure this all out on your own, and you certainly can do that. It just takes a lot longer. It's a lot harder. It's not as much fun, and it'll cost you more, you know, in pain and financially. Or if you want to speed it up, you can come over and join us. I'll give you a special deal if you join today, right? And you can have it happen faster. It'll be easier. You'll have more fun. You'll make money quicker. It'll be less painful. So that's it, right? You don't have to go to the doctor if you break your arm, but if you do, it tends to heal better and faster. Does that make sense? So this is kind of like what you're doing here. You're saying to somebody, hey, if you want to, somebody put down in the comments, just so I can use you as an example, because it'll help you understand this more. What is it that you do? Okay. How do you help people? What problem do you solve? Okay. What is it that you're offering people or want to offer people? Sartek says, or no, sorry, I can't see. If I say your name wrong, it's because I'm blind. Okay. I get frustrated when it doesn't feel like my student care also. I love it, bud. Just multitasking at the moment. Okay, gotcha. So, put down in the comments. Okay, put down in the okay. Help people make money in Spanish. Okay, very good. What else? Who else? Okay, who else? Come on. I help people forgive, accept, and love themselves unconditionally. Okay, so you're in the happiness space, right? Maritza, you're in the make money space. What else? Somebody else. Give me a few more in here so I can be using some examples here. Plug in with me here. Okay. I help people become a model. Okay. Got it. Anybody else? Who else? Come on. There's plenty of you in here that you guys can comment. Okay. Teach church sound techs how to operate their gear. Okay, cool. Very good. I like this. That's unique. Okay. Become a model university. Oh, okay. Gotcha. All right. Thank you for that. Okay, so are you guys awake here or what? Okay, we got some people tuning in, but not being rude, but goddamn, can we work together here? All right. Ready. Okay. So what you're going to do is, let's just imagine, for instance, let's use the Teach Church sound tech. Okay. I'm going to butcher this, but I'll give you an idea. First off, you got to
Are
ask
you
yourself.
saying my name? It's Sawtech.
Yeah, I said it a while ago.
Sawtech.
Yeah, Sawtech. Okay, thank you. Perfect. Sorry about that. So on the church sound tech thing, are people actually looking for that? Like, is that something they actually want? Like, I mean, they're like, yeah, if somebody could show me how to do this, I would pay them for that. Is somebody saying that about that? Kurt, is that something that people say? Yes, small market, but yes. Okay, good. Excellent. So in the free training, you could basically say, here's three things that most people that are setting up church sound tech stuff mess up, right? Here's three things that they always get wrong. And because of that, it doesn't sound right, whatever the problem is. So they opt in for that. And then they come to this page and you teach them that thing for free. And then at the end, you basically make an offer to buy your program or however you're delivering on the promise. Okay. Whether it's a program or it's one-to-one coaching or, maybe you've got a membership program, however that is. And then at the end, you're going to make an offer to them that they can't refuse. And most people won't buy it. And that's okay, because that's just the way it works. They're going to need to know, like, and trust you more. They're going to need to think it over and do the things that humans do. And that's great because when they opt in to get that free training, they also go into this email list. And then once they're in the email list, they start getting these emails each day that continue to help them understand who you are, what you're actually helping them do. And then you're constantly sending them back to this page to get them to buy, okay? Or to watch this video again so that so that they can understand what they're buying and then they can buy, okay? And then they would go to this page where they can fill out an order form. And then this is just the thank you page. So what I changed down here in this process is most people, when they do email, all they're doing is just writing an email and they're trying to figure out, this email copywriting thing. They're trying to understand all the different things about email, right? And what you find is it's very hard to do that. And it's very hard to do copywriting and try to say all this stuff. So I just thought, okay, well, I'm just going to talk to them and I'm going to just create a video and have a conversation with the person and say, look, here's my widget, here's my thing, here's my solution. Let me show you how this thing works. And I'm going to talk to them each day about it until they either A, unsubscribe, or B, buy. Okay. And that's that. So what I started doing was I took this process and instead of just sending some random email that has a bunch of text in it that they're probably not going to read, I sent them videos. But I didn't send them to the video on YouTube where they would get lost and distracted. And I didn't just send them to like a Wistia link. What I did was I went and took these videos and I put them on a private page where there was a button at the bottom of it. And after they got done watching the video, I could send them wherever I wanted to at that point. I could send them over to this page where they could learn more about the core offer, or I could send them straight to the order page because maybe at that point they were ready to just buy. Or I had another button down here at the bottom and it went to the gallery. And in the gallery where they could learn more, it would have all the videos that I had created for all of my follow-up emails so that they could learn how this works and they could understand what is going on with the whole thing. And they could hang out with me a lot and get to know me and realize that I am actually here to help them. And I am actually going to show them the way and all of this stuff. And I'm going to support them and all these things that they care about. So that's what we're doing here. And if you just with this, what you see on the screen, okay, with these 4 pages and this basic email sequence here, and it's a lot longer than this, but this is all I could fit on here without making it too small. With just this process right here and one social media channel, whichever one you like the most, okay? If I were to suggest, I would say TikTok or YouTube. And if I had to pick between those two, I don't know if I could because they're 2 different types of things, but they're both very, very, very valuable. But I guess ultimately, if I had to pick one, I would probably have to pick YouTube just because I can put longer form videos on there and that they're horizontal. And it's a huge search engine. Okay. But TikTok, I mean, it's very hard to beat. You just have to do both, in my opinion. But with just one of them, like say YouTube, you can reach a high 6-figure or even 7-figure income with a single offer, a single funnel, and a single email automation. Okay. And I've done this more than once, and I've done it with other people more than once. So I know, well, the reason I say one, Kevin, instead of all of them is because most people can't even consistently post on one platform, not alone 5 or 3 or all these, right? Now, at some point, once you've got your system dialed in, once you've got yourself in a process that you can in a rhythm each day, once you got things dialed in, then yes, you can either A, take your extra time and spend it putting your information everywhere, or B, at that point you would be making enough off of one channel, one offer, and one funnel that you could pay somebody to distribute your stuff everywhere else, right?
Mike, can I ask a question about that?
Yes.
Why not just, if you're going to spend the time putting it on one channel, why not just put it on all the channels at once, automated, and goes to all of them?
Well, again,
I think
think
the difference.
Yeah, well, most people though, they say that, but they don't do it.
But the software does it for you.
Yeah, I know, but most people don't use software, and they have tech challenges and all of this. I mean, listen, Coca-Cola will put their logo on a toilet seat. Okay. Like you could never post in enough places. But what I find is the problem here, most people that are doing this and that I'm helping, they're either at a job or they're not even making 6 figures with their business. And yet they're trying to spend all their time posting in all these places and doing all this stuff. And it's like, if you can't post in one place consistently every day, what makes you think that you're going to be able to post in 2? If you can't get one funnel to work and convert and turn visitors into money, why are you trying to do 2 or have 2 businesses or 3 businesses? You see what I'm saying?
The program I'm looking at just automatically streams to 5 or 6. If you do one, you're doing 6. So it's the same thing.
Kevin, if you want to stream it to 55,000 platforms at once, then that's not going to be a problem. All I'm saying is everybody other than you typically has trouble posting on all the platforms every single day and doing it correctly. That's all I'm saying. And so before we worry about trying to be chasing all these rabbits, let's see if we can catch one, right? And if you build on just one platform solid, most people will make more money off of one platform, have less stress, and build a bigger brand. Because I'll be honest with you, to actually do social media correctly, and you're going to show up on all these platforms correctly, just posting some random thing there each day just so that you can say that you're posting there, you might as well not even be posting there. Because each platform, just like each culture you would visit or each room you would walk into inside of a building, each room's going to have its own feel. It's going to have its own experience. Like people at LinkedIn ain't the same as people over at TikTok. Okay. People at Twitter aren't the same people that are on YouTube, and vice versa. So there is a rhythm and row on each of the platforms. And that's why when you see the big influencers out there and the people that are doing all this stuff on all the platforms, they have specific specialists and vendors that are just LinkedIn specialists. They know how that rhythm goes over there. They know everything about it. And instead of just posting a bunch of randomness everywhere, you're better to really dial tight and get really solid on a platform and build your brand there. Because once you're there and established, then you can have the money and the ability to say, okay, take this content, reorganize it so that it fits this other platform the way that they do things over there, and it actually works. Okay. So, but listen, you're more than welcome to post and do everything everywhere as much as you possibly can. Okay. So, but I would say for most people, yeah, less is more. And you just, I mean, I don't know how much everybody's trying to make, but I know that with a single platform, a single funnel, a single offer, and a single email marketing campaign, you can get to 7 figures. And I think most people, if they can get to 7 figures selling their advice online, or frankly anything online, I think they'd be pretty happy with that. And if you can do less work and have more impact and focus, I think that's mentally and overall probably better. But I'm not here to limit anybody at all. And so I don't, does that help? I mean, yes, no?
Yeah, it just seems like you're saying that it might not be appropriate for different audiences, the way you're setting it up.
Well, something that you're posting on TikTok, I mean, you can go do it. You know, you can go post. I do it. The same thing that I post on TikTok, I post everywhere because it's just fast for me. I just do it.
Right.
But I know that it's not going to be as effective on the other platforms. I just know that. And I don't have to think about it. It's proven to me, right? Like, it just shows me, you know, it's not good. It just doesn't work as well. But at least I'm there. So, okay. Craig says less is more. Drop shippers focus on selling and promoting one product instead of multiple items, starting off with one product very well, one platform. Then you can branch off. Yes. You gotta be able to, you gotta get it dialed in first. Okay. Here's the biggest problem that I see with people. Okay. And they get real arrogant and they're real ignorant and they've not even made any money online, or they don't know what they're doing. And here's what happens. They spend more time marketing and they spend more time distributing and doing all this stuff than actually building a product that is good. And like Naval Ravikant said, he goes, people that sell because they don't know how to market, and people that market because they don't know how to build a product. If you spend the majority of your time building an excellent solution that actually works and is, you know, a good product that people can function with and use, the marketing becomes a piece of cake. Sales are just easy. Okay. So I want to go back over here to this. Okay. So the funnel, all you're doing here, and when I show you these pages, you're going to probably say to me, you're going to be like, no, it's too simple. But I'm telling you, well, I mean, do whatever you want. I'm just sharing with you what actually works, because I know that if I show you this and this works for you, you'll come back for more. Okay. So the landing page, this is the landing page, and this is how I would do it. Okay. I'm not saying, when I give this to people, here's where they screw up. They try to add all these whizzles and dizzles on the page. They put all this crap on the page, and it literally needs to look just like this. The most important thing on this page is this right here. Okay. Most people don't even need a subheadline. All right. But on this page, this is the landing page. So when we're sending people over from social media, when we're posting, when we're doing marketing, when we're emailing people and all of that, we're driving them to a funnel so that they can click on it and they can put in their email and become a lead. Okay. And this isn't actually a video here. You want to you want to take a screenshot of the video that they will be watching, and you want to put it on this page where if they click the play button, it pops this up. And I don't know what it is. It's just there's like a psychological trigger here. If they decide they're like, oh, let's play this video, and it pops this up, they're way more likely to enter their email than if you just have them enter their name and email on the page. Okay. So if they press this, it opens this. If they press this, it opens the same thing. Okay. And all they can do on this page is that. They can't click and go check out your big website. They can't go gallivanting around. All they see is your logo up here, a headline that strikes the nerve that they have, the problem that they have. I would have 3, no more than 5 bullet points on here, because the more shit that you add to this page, the more they got to go, let me think about it, or it reduces, it's like all you want in these bullets is you want them to literally be so excited to watch the movie. It's kind of like the trailer to the movie. If the trailer of the movie told you the ending before you even got there, you wouldn't even go there. You wouldn't pay for it. You wouldn't do it. Okay. So all you got to do is this right here. So that makes it easy for you. Okay. It's very, very simple. And then you just need your terms, privacy, and earnings on here, which again, this funnel I give to people and they just do it and it works. Okay. And it's very simple and it's very easy to test. That's the other thing. You get such a big, long, crazy sales page, and you don't even know how to optimize it. It takes you a month to optimize it because there's so many things to change. So when they opt in, the next page that they see is this page. Okay. This is all that's on this page. Notice there's not a navigation up here where they can check your contact page or your about page or do this or do that. All they can do is watch this video. And then this would actually be a video that they can watch. Okay. And then, there's a headline, which typically is just the same headline that was on the previous page. And they watch the video. This video is broken up into 2 core sections. There is the first part of the video, which is the educational part. And then there's the last part of the video, which is the transition to call to action, right? So where you're basically like, okay, now that we've covered all that, you're probably wondering, okay, great. So now what? Well, you've got 2 options. A, do it yourself. Takes longer, more expensive, yada, yada. Or B, you can come with me. It takes less time. It's more fun, all that stuff, right? It's better, better, better. And then you basically say, so if you're, smart and you come with me, so it's faster, easier, better, here's what it looks like to work with us. You break down what it's like to work with you and just tell them. You don't need to be a copywriting wizard. You don't need to be a wordsmith. Just explain what happens when they work with you. Explain it, keep it simple. That's all you got to do. Okay. And then literally say, hey, if you join today, I'm going to give you this special bonus. I'm going to give you, there's only so many spots. You've got to have that urgency factor in there. And then all they can do with this button down here is get started. Okay. So you're like, so if that's, if you want to do that, click the button below. And when they click this button, it takes them to the order page. Again, you'd have the headline. It'd be basically like, hey, get the XYZ product. And then this video on this page is just basically kind of like an instructional and then a reminder type summary video where it's like, okay, so again, here's what you're getting. Here's how this works. You just go down the page, put in your information and buy the product. And then on the next page, you'll get access to the course, or, you'll be able to get on, schedule your first a call with us, or, we'll send you the thing, whatever it is. Okay. Whatever you're selling them, explain in this video how to check out, what happens next, so that they're not in this anxiety of what's going to happen, and re-summarize kind of what you said on the previous page, what they're getting, show them what they're getting, which you would have done again on the previous page, but you just have to you have to remind them a little bit. Okay. And then they fill out this, then they go to the final page, which is this. And the final page is basically, I just put another video here. It's usually like a minute long or something. I'm like, hey, thanks for getting started. So here's what you have to do. To the right of this, or to the left of this video, you'll have your steps here. Step 1 is, congrats, great, yada, yada. Step 2, click here, set up your profile, or, schedule your first call, or get inside of the group, and you link them to that. Third step, introduce yourself, or whatever the action steps are. Okay. Maybe you just have 1, maybe you have 3, and then a button where they can go get access to the program or the, the coaching, whatever the case is. Okay. And I'm just telling you, you can do whatever the hell you want, but I promise you, if you just follow this framework and you just do this right here, you will get it done faster. It'll work. You'll do it easier, and you won't have to be some magician with words and sales and all of that. You can just be a good old-fashioned human that is just clear, to the point, direct, and you can show them the benefits, the features. You can handle any objections that they may have, and it's very simple. Okay. I think people overcomplicate the living crap out of this stuff. And people are trying to do all these fancy frameworks and all this shit. And I'm just telling you, in the beginning, this is what you don't learn how to do: the spin move off the top shelf into the hoop on day 1. And that's what everybody's trying to teach and do. And because of that, it just screws everybody up. Okay. Are we allowed to get this system.io share link? Possibly. I'll see here. Okay. So let me get a drink. Excuse me. So before I go into the follow-up process with the email thing here, is there any questions that you guys have about what I just covered with you? Any questions at all about just that 4-page process, or anything on any of those 4 pages or any of the information there? Yes, no?
No.
If not, just put no. Thanks for considering it. Great work. Okay. And as you can see, that would be something very easy that you guys can model or copy, but yeah. Okay. So we'll see though here by the end. Okay, so all the money now, all the money, I promise you, I assure you, like at the bottom of my heart, all the money is going to be made in the email. The people that come through this 4-page funnel right here, you're gonna convert. Just tell yourself, I'm only going to convert 1%. Now, for most of my funnels, I'll convert anywhere from 2 to 3%. On some funnels, it's much higher than that. But just figure 1%, because that's, I think, across the board, the best that you can think about. So for every 1,000, emails, you're going to make 10 sales, right? So your first goal when you get started with your email marketing is you want to get to that first 1,000 emails as quickly as humanly possible. You want to work your tail off, because really what ends up happening is I see people getting closer to 50 sales, 1 to 5%. But you just always want to base it off of 1, because you can depend on that. And if you can do that, you'll typically always do 2 or 3 times better than that. But what about these other people, right? So for every 10 people that come in, 1 person's going to join, right? The funny thing is it doesn't quite work like that. It seems like the threshold starts at 1,000 leads is where it really starts to make sense and work for some odd reason. Does that mean that the first person that opts in can't buy, and you could have that happen? Well, it's no different than going to Vegas and laying down $100 at blackjack and you win the first hand. Okay, it can happen like that, yes, but in reality, in long term, it doesn't work like that. So it just seems like for every 1,000 leads, 10 to 50 sales. That just seems to be the promise that makes sense there. So when somebody opts in, this is where in this part, can you guys see this behind the scene, like the funnel part here? Yes? Shake head, maybe yes. I can see a few of your heads. Okay. So with this here, what's really important inside of system here, and it works this way inside of like Go High Level, ClickFunnels, most of any of the things that you're going to use, they'll operate in some way, shape, or form along these lines. When somebody opts in, we want to set up an automation rule where when somebody subscribes to the funnel here, we want it to tag them in our system. So they'll become a contact because they subscribed with their email. We want to tag them with something that we can identify where they came from. I usually put VSL lead, and that tells me that they came from my VSL funnel, and now they're a lead. Okay, so I want to know that, because when I look at my contacts in my system, I can see these people are leads and they came in through this funnel. Now, this is really important because if, for instance, you join Build Lab or Pocket Coaching or whatever, and I ask you, hey, how is your page converting? Or are these people coming in? Where are they coming from? We can see and understand this. And we need to know these things so that we can optimize your landing page or your next page or your next page or your email or the email after that. We need to know these things. And by tagging them, we can see their journey through the system. Because when you get into your contacts in most any system, you can see the history that they came through. You can find out where they came from, how long they've been in your program, and how long they've been in the funnels and the marketing and everything like that. And this is really critically important. So we tag them so we know where they came from. And, earlier when we were talking about, putting them, having multiple funnels and all of this stuff, why do we do 1, 1, 1, 1, 1? Because you want to be able to optimize this funnel so well. And there's only 4 things that you can change. You can change who you're sending to it. You can change the offer you're making. You can change what it looks like, or you can literally change like what you're saying on the page. And you would just change one of those things, and then you would run another 100 people to it and see, did we get a higher conversion or a lower conversion? Okay, if it's still not there, you change another thing, just one thing. If you change two things, you don't know what made the difference. Okay, you don't know what made the difference, and this isn't good. So the other thing that we do is in the automation rules, we say, okay, so back here, when somebody subscribes, I just added an action, and the first action was add a tag. Okay, I did that, I named it, and then I add another action, and I said subscribe to campaign. So this is what subscribes them to start getting emails every single day, not every other day, not once a 3 days or once a week, every day. Now, you don't have to listen to me. You don't have to do it. Go ahead. I've just done this for 15 freaking years, and every day is better than every other day or every 3 days or whatever people do. Okay. So, and I get it. I used to do the same thing. I used to be like, oh, well, I don't like email, so they don't like email. Not a way to run the business. Okay. Not off the feelings. So we subscribe them to a campaign, and this campaign is set up under campaigns here, emails, campaigns. And we just named the campaign VSL lead to sale automation, because that's what it is. We're taking a lead and turning it into a sale using these automations. So what does this look like? Well, email 1 goes out right away. There's no delay, as you can see here. It's empty. It says no delay. So email 1, you would put a curiosity-provoking subject line, okay? We can talk about that here later, but at the end of the day, there's a million ways to come up with a subject line, especially with ChatGPT, but I can show you what I typically do. And then you're going to keep the email this basic. You don't have to. You can do it your own way, and you can do it however you want, but I promise you this works here. You just literally can put, if you're not collecting their name on the landing page, then it's not going to auto put their name in here, and you would just put, hey, okay? But if you are collecting a first name, which I suggest that you do, then you can put in this this thing where it'll automatically substitute their name in there, and it's this over here. So it says first name. So I would put this little thing here. If you've ever gotten an email where it puts your name in it, makes it more personalized, you just put this right here, and you would want to make sure it's the same size. I find that when I'm sending emails, the font size that I like to use is 20, because 90% of the people that open your emails or get your emails are going to be looking at it on a phone. And when you look at 20 point on a phone, it's big and easy. You can drive, you can wipe your butt, you can walk down a hall, you can be shopping at Walmart, you can be walking around talking to somebody, and they can read it easy and they can get through it quickly. And so all I put in these emails are, thanks for the tip. Yep. So all I put in these emails is the name. And then I'm like, hey, on the first email, I'm like, hey, I'm excited that you wanted to watch whatever the training was called. Okay. Here's the link to go watch the training if you haven't watched it yet. Because my assumption is they were goofing around on TikTok or whatever platform. They seen my video or something, and the light turned, green. So they had to drive, and they were like, they clicked, and they're just like, oh, I'll opt in real quick. But they didn't watch the video that comes up on the next page right away. So I send them an email immediately after they opt in that has a link. It has a picture of the video that I would be sending, that was on the next page. I just have that in here. Now, I always tell people, put a video in the email, and they think that you're literally putting a video that they can watch in the email. And that's not what we're doing. You can't do that yet. Maybe in some fancy ass email things, but this isn't what we're using, right? And you don't want to do it this way. So you would, even if I could put the video in here, I wouldn't. All right. What you want to do is put a screenshot of the video with the play button on it, because that's like, they want to click on that play button. We're kind of trained to click on play buttons when we see them. So we put a picture of the video with a play button on it. You can do that in Canva, or if you know how, you can do that. Or you can just screenshot the video once you put it into the video player, and just screenshot it with the button on it, which is typically what I like to do. And then we click on the image, and we click the link button, and we link this video image and to the same link as this. There's never going to be in an email, okay, where you're linking to two different places, right? You do not want to link to two different places. If you link in the email, all the links go to the same place. Okay? You can do what you want, but I'm just saying. And then in the first email, I always put in down here in the PS, because this is how many people are doing email marketing, but they can't get the emails to go to the inbox, right? They go to spam or junk or promotions or all this stuff, right? So how did you get your first emails to send to? Help me out, Kevin. How did you get your first emails to send to?
Your list of people. How did you get the people's list of? You're going to start out with 0 emails.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Well, nobody gets this first email until they opt in.
From your videos, from watching your videos.
Yeah. So when they come to that funnel, right? So when they come over here to this funnel, so again, so let me go back here. So this is, if I go to this here, what I was saying in the beginning, when you're posting out on social media.
Oh, that's where they come from.
Yeah, they're at social media. They see your video or whatever. And in your videos, you're making a call to action saying something like, hey guys, if you liked this video, I've got a completely free training for you that's going to show you how to XYZ. Just click here or go to the link in my bio and it'll take you over to where you can watch that free training. That's where they go to that first page of the funnel and they click to watch the training. It opens up this pop-up where they can put their name and email in there. And then that's when the first email gets sent out immediately, because the moment they opt in, the funnel triggers the campaign and sends the first email.
That's where you get your list from. I get it.
Yeah. Yep. So that's how you build the list, is people want to come watch this free training. And this page here, this landing page, it develops really, really powerful leads, because if they're the wrong person, they'll click and go over here. They'll read the page, and assuming you have the page properly, you've got the right headline and you've got the right bullets and you're focusing in on the right audience because you know what they want and their problems. If they're not the right person, they won't opt in. This is great. We don't want the wrong people in our list. We want the right people, okay? Because we'll have better open rates. Everything will be better, right? We'll actually sell things. And so I see a lot of people, they do these things just to get a bunch of emails because they think having a bunch of emails is going to make them money. And that's not the case. Okay. You can scrape all the emails you want. You can buy 50 million lists of emails and stick them in there. And it's garbage, right? You want people to come that actually want to give you their email because they're interested in the information that you're sharing with them. Okay. Does this make sense? So that's how we build the list. Okay. That's how we build the list. The goal, you want to strive for 30 emails per day. That's the first goal that you want to get to. Okay. And if you're posting on social media properly and you're doing the right content and you're doing the right things, you can do that. Okay. You can do that. And then anything north of 30, it just gets really good. Okay. So 30 emails a day gets you your first 1,000 in your first month, and you get your first 10 to 50 sales. Okay. And if you're selling something that is, $500, 50 sales is 25 grand. Okay. Not too shabby. So get back over here to the actual system. Okay. Okay. So with that email now, okay. So the email, like I was showing you here, the way you want to structure these emails is just like this. Okay. So this link, the link that you're linking them back to this page here. I'll show you. Okay. I'm just going to get this page pulled up so that we have it to look at. This one up. This one. Pull this one. Okay. Okay. So when we go to send, and this page is fine. So that first email, right when they opt in, email 1 that goes out right away, Usually what I put up here in the first one is video. I put video right here, and then I put the name of the training, how to sell your advice online. I want them to recognize it. And then what I tell them on this page, right, when they opt in, to go to, get all the pages together here. When they opt in, this is the first thing that they'll see. Right when I start that video right away, I say to them, hey, before we jump in and dive into this free training, I want you to know I just sent you an email to your inbox, but it might have went to your junk, promotions, or spam, because I've probably never emailed you before. But here's why you want to go grab that email. Because in that email, down in the PS, I put a bonus training in there for you, and it's going to be custom to you. So I'm actually going to help you in a custom way for your problem based off what we're talking about here. So and that's the only email that I'll send with that bonus link in there. So you're going to want to go grab that. So maybe pause the video right now and go grab that email. You really want to emphasize that they do that, because if they go and find this email, and it most likely does go to, the junk folder or whatever it may be, right? Because you've probably never emailed them before. If they go find that email in their junk, promotions, spam, whatever it goes to, and they find it, they click it, they open it, and then they click inside of it, that tells the email gods that the next email that comes from you, the sender, put it in their inbox, because this person went out of their way to find it in the junk folder, click on it, open it, and click inside of the email. Those actions right there are what start the delivery process of happening in the email inbox. And so before you get into the training, that's the first thing that you say is, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Before we get started, I have a bonus training that I want to give you that's custom to you, but you've got to go grab that email. And then you explain to them how to do it. So in that email now, okay, let me get back over to the email. In that email, down in the PS, you put bonus training. And here's how you do it. You say, reply to this email and let me know what your biggest challenge is with selling your advice online. So here's what happens. They reply now. So that first email that you sent them, not only did they click and open and be able to click inside of it, because they're going to click and go watch the video, but if they reply to that email with a custom letter, now you're like going in the inbox from now on, right? And I even tell them sometimes, hey, make sure you drag this email over into the inbox folder so that you get my next video, which is the one about, how I help you in a custom way. So you tell them to reply. And this also gives you insight as to what this person needs, because you're asking them, hey, what's your biggest challenge with selling online, or whatever the case is, whatever you're selling. Okay. And then I say, so if you do, okay, so if you reply with your biggest challenge, if you do that, I will send you a bonus training video that is specific to the biggest challenge you said you were facing. All I do when they reply back, I get the answer that they gave me, or I get the question that they gave me. I shoot a Loom video and I send it to them. That right there will get you more sales just doing that than anything. And after a while, you can just come in here and just answer. You can take those videos and just put them in here as an answer. But you would never want to stop people sending you emails saying, here's my problem, because now you've got every piece of content you ever needed to create. You've got every email you ever need to send. You know how to make every bit of your product better and better and better, because you're having everybody telling you what their problems are. Does this make sense? What's up, Kevin? You're muted. I can't hear you.
Is it working now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
So you got people that are getting emails every day, and a new person comes in. Do they get onto that same train, or do they start a new train? I mean, do they have? Does it go back to email number one for the new people, or do they just did they get put into that same loop?
No, the automation starts individually for each person. So when they join, they start with email number one.
Mm.
And they go through all the emails, and all the emails are pre-designed.
Mm.
And that's how you want it, because you're designing an experience for them, when they're coming through this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're trying to condition them and help them see, you know, what you're trying to show them. And you don't want just randomness. You know, you want there to be a system, like they're coming in, you know, they're just learning about the thing, and then they're, you know, the next email, it kind of piggybacks off the previous email. And then if you're getting people to reply to you, okay, this is like the second thing that really, really indicates that you're going to get into the inbox the next time, which is very important. And at the end of the day, if you do everything right, like if you really do the right things that I teach on how to find the problem, how to find the message and everything, they will want the emails. If people are mad that you're emailing them, it's because your emails suck and you're not being valuable. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that's a key indicator that you need to revisit what you're doing. Okay. If people are unsubscribing real fast, or they don't like it, or, you know, they should want your next email. They should be like, wow, this is very helpful. I cannot believe this. Right. Craig says, I've struggled constructing a whole email campaign and the format of what each email should look like. Mike, thank you for the framework. Amazing. Okay. So this is just the beginning though. So this is that first email that goes back. That first email sends them back to this page where you're sending them back to the video so that they can actually watch it, because 9 times out of 10, they were either at lunch, they were on their break, they're under their desk at work, they're on the toilet, they're at a stoplight, they're talking to a friend while they're multitasking, and they don't get a chance to actually watch the video. So you want to send them back to that page so they can watch the video and hear the call to action and get sold and buy the thing. Okay. The next day, you're going to be sending out another email. So you tell the machine, wait a day, and then send email 2. So email 2, you're going to have a curiosity-provoking subject line. And then, again, how the email structure goes, it's very simple. The more complicated you make the email, the less people will click, the less they'll read, the less consumption. It don't work. If you keep it simple with a core point with that video icon in there, so you would replace this image. Again, you would put your video screenshot in here of your video with the play button on it, and then you would link to the page that we're going to send people to. So this is where things change a little bit. So if they're getting email 2, what this means is that they're still not a customer. Because when somebody, let me duplicate this page real quick. When somebody comes into the funnel and they purchase, this is big because everybody has this question all the time. If they come in and they go to this order page right here, okay, so this is the order page. We set up an automation rule in here that says, I'm just moving this stuff out of the way. It says when we get a new sale, so go back, it says when we get a sale, it says occurs when a customer makes a purchase. When that happens, we tag them with XYZ customer. When somebody joins my program, Build Lab, it says Build Lab customer. The only way to get a Build Lab customer tag is that you actually bought Build Lab. And in that case, now I know in my contacts, I can summarize my contacts and I can say, here's all my customers. I can say, anybody with this tag, show them to me. So it summarizes everybody with that tag and I can see all my customers. The next thing we have it do, okay, we add another action. So the first action was tag the person. If once a sale occurs, tag that person in the system with whatever tag we say. Then we add another action, and it is unsubscribe from campaign. And what campaign would we unsubscribe them from? None other than the VSL lead to sale automation, because we do not want to keep sending them emails that try to get them to buy our program if they've already bought the program. Make sense? And then we add one more action and we send them an email. And this is the email that we can look at it here. This email basically says, welcome to your course, get started now. Hello, whoever, welcome to Build Lab. We're thrilled to have you on board, okay? To get started, please set up your profile, and then you can put a link to where they can go set up the profile. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. They're also going to get a receipt from Stripe or PayPal or whoever you're using. Happy learning, best regards, put your name and your contact information. That's all you need to put in there, okay? That's all you need to put in there. So they'll get that email automatically when they join. It shows them where to set up their profile and everything like that. It will unsubscribe them from the campaign. So therefore, we don't have to worry about them getting the next email. And I tell you that because in your emails now, you will want to talk to them as if they haven't joined yet. So it's kind of cool. So you'll send an email and it'll be like, "Hey Kevin, I noticed you haven't joined yet. What's going on? What's the problem? What's happening? Is it me? Was it the product? Was it the way I shared it? Do you still not understand it? Do you not trust me? Like what's going on there?" And that's how you talk, right? So this is what makes the emails very personal. And they're like, "Yeah, how does he know I haven't joined yet?" Right? So then you just simply say, "Well, look, I don't know what it is. I hope you reply back to me and tell me so I can help you. But I want you to go watch this free training. And here's 3 reasons, why you're going to want to watch this next video." And in here, reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to link this time. You don't link back to that other page that we already linked them to. You're going to link to, these are now where I kind of combined a bunch of stuff and made these little value train pages. You're going to link them to a page that looks like this. So what most people do is they will link to social media video. They'll link to like YouTube. And then what is YouTube designed to do? Distract the shit out of you and make you watch other videos. So after if you even do watch the video that they sent you, without being distracted, then that's amazing. But you will get distracted. I don't want them to do that. So I will take the YouTube video, put it on my own private page with a headline, and I'm going to be sharing with them a little piece of the puzzle. I'm going to be taking them on a test drive. I'm going to say, "Hey, you might not know this about Build Lab or about Pocket Coaching. Let me show you what it is all about." That's what this video is. Now, here's where it starts to get really cool. Down below, so in this video, of course, I'm like, "So if you're ready, hey, if you're ready to join Build Lab after watching this, or if you're ready to join my program or get my product or whatever, excellent. Go down below and get started." So I always have a button that says "Get Started" with green on it or something like that for go. Okay. And then they have 3 options down here. So maybe this video still hasn't gotten them where they're ready to join. Okay. So they can click on this button here, how it works. And if they click on that, guess where it takes them? It takes them back to that first page where you showed them how the whole system works, how everything works, and you sell them. Does this make sense? Or they could come to this button here that says "Get Started." If they click on that button, it takes them to, of course, the order page, or it could also be, where they can schedule a call with you. Maybe you're selling something really expensive. You need to actually get on a phone with them. You would send them to a schedule page or something of that nature. Or maybe they're not ready to get started and they've already watched this video and they want to learn more. So this is where it's cool. If they click learn more, it sends them to the value train gallery. So what I do in the beginning is, and these are all just placeholders. Obviously, the title of the video would go here, the screenshot of what you had over here. So this, in the email that we created here, this email, the screenshot of this video, you would put that over on, if I can get to it, you'd put that over on this page. So that would be this little image right here with the play button on it. And then it'd be the title of the video. And what I like to do is I like to create at least like 4 to 8 videos. I actually like to do all 30. So I have 30 days of follow-up every single day when somebody opts in. Okay. And I put all those videos on this page, and this is all that's on this page. And if they click Get Started, of course, it would take them over to the Getting Started page. You'd always have a button on every page where they can get started. That's the core objective that we have, when people visit our website. But all of these videos are designed so that it is to show them each and every part of the puzzle. So if we were selling a 911 Porsche, each one of these videos, one would be about the shocks, one would be about the interior, one would be about the motor, one would be about the steering, how much it is, how fun it is, where it can go, what it can do. So essentially, they can get in there and learn more and educate themselves, because that's what's actually going to get them to buy, where they educate themselves to such a way that they're ready to buy it. Because that's the only reason you ever buy anything anyway, is because you actually know what it can do. Okay. Mike, have you done a video on how to create an email sequence with automations inside of system.io?
You can drive from the grocery store home.
I'm literally doing
This way we can just roll.
I'm literally doing it right now, Ricardo. But yes, I mean,
Stuck behind the bus.
Yeah,
Bus is.
all right, who needs to be muted here? Who's chit chatting? Okay, cool. So this is so powerful. I can't even tell you. Like, it's amazing because if they click on one of these videos, okay, so they click on this video, they come back to this page where they can see how it works.
Evan always reminds me of like a
Yeah,
skater
there.
kid. Yeah.
All right, hold up here. Got some people. Dave,
Yeah,
are
he
you the
does
one
look
making
like a
all the
skater
noise,
kid.
brother? Hold on. We got to get Dave muted. Okay. So no matter what, if they go back and they click this, they might end up on the email that they haven't even got yet. Like they'll end up on this page and then pretty soon they'll get the video again. So in the emails, it's very awesome because what happens now is every email that goes out, it's the same structure here over and over and over and over again. And I always leave this down here in the PS because I always want them at some point. They may not see it the first time. They may not do it the first time. But as soon as they get a little bit of experience with you and they start to see, oh, maybe this guy isn't full of shit, or maybe this girl is being serious. You know, they keep showing up. They keep giving me value. They keep being good. Maybe I can trust them. And they do reply. And then you do send them a custom video and they're like, wow, the person is doing what they said they would actually do. This is how you gain trust. This is how you get people to buy. This is how you make like sales every single day. And it's all through this down here, because when somebody first gets an idea for something that they want to do or see, you know, they're like, but then they go to get to that point to do something and they're like, they like stop, right? And they're like, okay, well, maybe I'm not quite ready yet. I need to research this some more and dig into it and do all that stuff. That's fine. That's why we do this. So every day we send out an email, and this, the reason I call it the value train is because I know people that have literally 5 years of pre-built emails that go out every day. So when you opt into their funnel every day for 5 years, you're going to be getting an email from them. And it's like you build 5, maybe today you shoot 5 emails and you stack them in here. It's very simple because all you're going to do is click over here, click duplicate, change the image of the video in there. You're going to come over here to the funnel and you're going to go down here to day 4 and you're just going to hover over this, duplicate it. You're going to come in here to edit it. And when you edit it, all you're going to do is change the headline right here. All the buttons stay the same. And then you just change the video link for the new video that you created. And then you click save and then you put it in the email, done. I mean, you can create videos very quick. These videos don't need to be this long ongoing thing either. They just need to make a point, help them see a little deeper, help them see a little more, help them have value, help them experience. And then you just keep doing this. And I'm telling you, what will happen towards the end is amazing, because what you'll be able to do is go back and look at the analytics, and you can go in here to the stats page of your funnel each day, and you can see all these different value train videos here, and you can see which ones are getting viewed the most. You can see which ones people are clicking and going to the most, because I don't have time to cover it here, but I show you how to create a tracking link for each one of the pages and the buttons. So you can go to like your analytics and you can see where all the sales and leads are coming from, and you can see which videos are generating the most sales. And then what happens is you take those videos and you scoot them up closer to the front of the line so that all your best videos are the ones that they get in the beginning, the quicker. And then you're constantly optimizing this value train system to constantly take your best videos, scoot them up towards the front. Because all you have to do is this, drag it up here, and you can just keep moving your best ones up to the top. You don't change the name of them. You don't change what email they used to be, because that's how you have it tracked in your system. But you just keep moving the ones that convert better, because every video you do, you're going to be a little better in one versus the other. You were just hitting that day, doing good. But you can come in here and optimize these and do better and better and better, and you'll just make sales faster and faster and faster. And when I was making the big money with that martial arts funnel when I first started, that's what I was so drilled into this, that I would literally like, I would watch like how far they view, and I would like go in there and try to fix it. And I knew about every 6 days it was payday, because it took about I found a perfect stack of about 6 emails that went out that just, I don't know, they just sung together. It was like, you know, how you put in a football game or something, you can put the right players together and they just work really good together. That's how it becomes with these emails. You'll find a group of emails that just work really well together, and you can put them together, and it's amazing. They'll go through them, and okay. And then you're like, wow, it's really, really, really important for me to get leads, because I know every lead that I get, it's like every, 30 leads or 40 leads I get, I'm making all these sales. And now it becomes very, very, predictable. Is the martial arts business still going strong? No, I shut that down and got out of it because for 2 reasons. A, I learned in COVID that I didn't want to work with businesses that are affected by economic like stresses, number one, because when COVID happened, it just shut down because they couldn't do business. And most of them didn't want to convert to doing, digital stuff. So it just didn't make sense. And then number two, I had so many people from so many different industries asking me to join my program, and they would be like, hey, I'm not in martial arts, but would this still work for me? And I was getting way more people from other industries asking me for what I was selling in comparison to the even martial arts. And that's when I was like, okay, I'm going to open this up. And in a sense, I got pushed out of the industry into a bigger one just based off sheer people wanting to know more. So that's all this is. It's a basic 4-page funnel. You've got your value train gallery. So in this here, you would just click on this. You can click edit, and you come in here and you literally are clicking on this, and you're uploading a different image, and you're linking to the new page. And you'll get real systematic here, where you know what the next page is going to be, like what link you're going to be using for the next page, and you can build the whole thing out. And this is all you need to focus on. And if you just get consistent with your marketing every day, and you get consistent with creating videos that help them learn and understand more about this process, it just completely changes your life, right? And so, I mean, you'll make sales. It'll be like you'll feel like you have control finally, and your brain can take a break from being so tripped out and stressed out, because, does it tell you which emails led to an unsubscribe? Yes, you can watch everything, because inside of your contact screen, it shows you the history, where it shows you where they unsubscribed, what email they unsubscribed from, everything that you want to see is here. And I mean, it's no more like, well, I feel like, or I think, or I wonder if. It's none of that. You shift from emotions to math, and regardless of how we feel, 1 + 1 is always 2, right? So that's what's beautiful about this. You get to convert from wonder and wishing and to math. And then you can predict. I mean, you can literally predict how much you're going to make. You can literally predict it, because we have standards out there now. We've been doing this long enough that there's structure and standards, and like you can just base it off of that and know, right? And it's just then a matter of, are you going to show up? It's kind of like if you go to the right personal trainer or dietitian, they can take the measurements on your body, and they can weigh you, and they can set you up on a diet and a program, and they can know how much weight you're going to lose per week, per month, and how long it's going to take you to get to a certain amount of body percentage. It's not like, well, just go work out, like you can, it's science, right? Like this is science and math. So all you have to really have here is math and some courage, and you can change your life. All you have to do is show up and care and worry about creating an incredible solution for somebody, and keep everything else simple. And then once you master it, one channel, one offer, one email campaign, one focus. When you have that dialed in where you can predictably know how much you're going to make each and every day, and you know how to get it to happen for you, then you can decide, and you'll have the money to decide to spread yourself out into these other verticals. Okay. But from doing this now for almost, well, over 15 years, I have found that most people that just master this one channel, this one thing, they have more money than they need. So, should people be building the email campaign first before the funnel? So the way you build this thing, the process of it in general is attract, convert, deliver. Okay. So you can't, the question you're asking, it's like, can you create the apples before you create the trunk? Right? You can't, right? So it's like the way this thing flows is we attract people, we convert them with the funnel and the email automations, and then we deliver on our promise with the product, whatever it may be. But you have to build it in reverse. Okay. So how does this happen in reverse? Well, you build your product. So that means you set up you don't build the product first. I'm talking about when you're very, very brand new, right? Obviously you haven't built the product. That's how new you are. The way you do this is you outline the product the way I teach you inside of Build Lab and how I've been trying to teach you through the marketing. You'll see this image a lot of times that I'll make right here. You'll have the blueprint, just like an architect has a blueprint. The architect doesn't build the building first and then create the blueprint and then try to make sure somebody buys it. They build the blueprint first, then they make sure that they get a buyer, and then once they have a buyer, then they build the building. It's no different here. You create your blueprint of the solution that you're going to, create, and then you validate your blueprint by getting a buyer. And then when you get a buyer, you start building the program, the membership, the course, the solution. No different than paying for college before you join, right? Or, frankly, anything else. Like it's like you build it after you've validated somebody actually wants it. Okay. So many people, they're out there. Well, as soon as I get my course built, as soon as I have all that in check and ready, then I'll start doing all this. It's like, no, that's not how this works. Okay. So we build the blueprint. So we know what we're going to be delivering, and the steps you're going to be taking people through. We go out there. Now that we have the blueprint, now we can set up the VSL. So this is the first thing that happens. After you create the blueprint, you then create the VSL video. This is the sales video. Okay. You can't create this video until you know what you're selling, right? And then, so once you know what you're selling, then you can create the video sales letter, which is that video on page 2. And then once you create the video on page 2, then you create your emails and how those go. And then you can start driving people to this process because you know what you're selling. You know the steps they're going to be going through for follow-up. You know what the sales is, the sales video says and what you're offering. Then you can build your landing page and you can start driving people over and you can start marketing this. So some people are like, well, but Mike, how do I know people want to buy my blueprint before I create it and before I do all this other stuff? Because you don't even want to create all these videos. You don't want to create anything until you've actually sold somebody and they've said, yes, I want your blueprint. I will do it. I want to do this thing. That's when you do this, we do this thing that I've got set up inside of Build Lab. It's our ghost offer. So what you do is you go out there and you talk about and you promote your offer before you've done anything. You're doing it in a manual way, and you're jumping on Zoom with people one-to-one, and you're selling it to them. And if you can sell it that way, one-to-one with somebody on Zoom, and people want it, they get in, you start building it, and now you can start doing the rest of it and selling it because you've validated that people will actually spend money for your idea. And that's how you do it. And it's nice this way. It's really hard to get hurt, So yeah. So the offer I have for you guys is, if you get started today, right? I'm only making this offer on this workshop. if you get started today and you join Build Lab, it's $597 one time instead of $1,000 a year. So you're going to get, basically it's like 50% off. I will also send you a tripod. I will send you a light, and I will send you the microphones, so that when you join Build Lab, and I'll send you one of these hats. It's like a $180 value. Plus, I will get on a one-to-one call with you for 30 minutes, and we will map out your strategy. We will map out your funnel, and I'll give you a plan that you can follow for 2024, and you can execute on that while you're going through Build Lab. So you essentially have all the tools you need. You'll have a strategy and a plan, and you'll have Build Lab at 50% off. So, I mean, I used to sell Build Lab in this process for $9,800. Okay, one time. And you didn't even get all the equipment. You just got Build Lab, and you got 2 calls a week with me. And I do that inside of Build Lab too. So inside of Build Lab, you also get a call every Monday and Thursday that is recorded. It's just like this, only you can say, hey, Mike, here's my situation. And I'll say, cool, Kevin, share your screen. So you can share the screen, and we can work out your thing right there. It's recorded, and then I add that to the member area so that you have it for future reference. So Build Lab is pretty awesome because I teach you everything that I'm teaching you here in extreme detail. Plus, I give you the funnels, and I give you everything, and you get a community. Okay, so there's 347 other members in there. You get a classroom. Here's all these trainings, and there's more being added every month, where I go deep into, how to do different aspects of the program. So the core program in Build Lab is this one. And this takes you through the whole thing: the vision, the model, the mindset. It takes you through mapping out your niche, getting your perfect customer figured out, your messaging. Then we brain dump, refine your roadmap, and we create your product. And then how to create your funnel, your core lead magnet, how to set up your emails. Then we figure out your one-page outline. We get your visuals. We practice your VSL. We record and publish it. We get your website, your funnel, and your emails finalized that you can send when they buy the product. I show you how to do the content flywheel. You also get access to pocket coaching for life. So inside of the classroom here, you get access to pocket coaching, which has every single day I upload a new video in here on how to do different aspects of the business, all circled around how to make money online, primarily by selling courses, membership programs, virtual mastermind, coaching, etc. So that's what's inside of here. That's what we do there. You've got a community here, all the recordings. So like when we do, this is a 2-hour and 28-minute call that happens. You just go to the calendar up here, and you can register. The next one's tomorrow at 10 a.m. So every Monday at 6 p.m., every Thursday at 10 p.m., or sorry, 10 a.m. I set them at different times because of time zones, but you never have to wait more than 3 days where you can jump on and literally talk to me personally, ask me your questions, show me your problem. And to this day, I haven't been with anybody that we couldn't solve the problem. We couldn't get it figured out, because there's only so many pieces to this. Again, I used to sell this for like $9,800. You can have access to it for life for $597 one time. And then I do these live breakthrough trainings. Like this one is the guy that does the short form content for Brad Lee. He talks about how to do that in here. And then this person, we're on our 2nd month of doing these. I just added this. This is new. He gives the webinar and how to sell on lives using automation. So you can, how I say go live every day. Well, he shows you how you can go live every day without having to go live every day. It's automated. So yeah. So do we have any questions about anything? Is there anything that you guys would like to ask? Okay, Kevin says that sounds like a cool offer, but I'm not at the point for Build Lab yet. We'll be in a few weeks. Still busy building my blueprint. Great training. Thanks again. I will upgrade. Just have to go 30 minutes. So are you in the pocket coaching at least, Kevin? Okay. Okay, cool. Excellent. Good. So any other questions about anything we talked about today? Or does anybody, if you want to join, all you have to do is just email me. and I'll send you a private link where you can join, and then I'll add you to it, and then I'll send you the gear. I'll send you everything and the calendar link when we can jump on. I'll be in Pocket Coaching very soon. Okay, very good. System share link, haha. Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I would say you would have to at least join the Pocket Coaching to get that, right? System.io. Okay, I have questions about Skool. I am a member in a different community, and I'm wondering why I can have full access to your Skool without being a member. Oh, good question. So when you go to set up Skool, I'll show you how this works. That's a good question, actually. And guys, the Pocket Coaching is $27 frickin' dollars. Okay, you guys are gonna jack that off on something anyway that doesn't even matter. So, you can get in and you can get all this stuff and get going so that you never have to worry about any of that stuff ever again. But so when you go here, I'll show you. Let me share my screen. This is how you do that. So I've got a free Skool set up here. So this is a public community. You can join my free community and make once. And when you join, you can come to the classroom and you get access to the live TikTok replays. I've got this Christmas Cash Accelerator in here. I've got this 20 hooks PDF in here. And then as you go through the program, or as you help people in the community, you start getting points. And then once you get to level 5 here, you unlock this Quick Pitch VSL Pro, and I show you how to create a VSL. It's awesome. It's how to quickly create a VSL training. Okay. And so, when you're in here in the classroom, though, to get into Pocket Coaching, if you're not a member of the Pocket Coaching, then you can't get access to this classroom. And the way that works is when I go to create a new classroom in here, I put only some members have access, and then I created it. So the Pocket Coaching it says who can access this course? Only some members. And so when somebody joins the Pocket Coaching, I get an email, and then I just come in here, and then they can automatically sign up, and I can just come in here and I can go to their membership. I can go to courses, and then I come in here and I unlock Pocket Coaching. So Terry already has it unlocked. So, I can remove access too. So if somebody stops paying, it sends me an email. It says this person's not paying. I send them an email. Hey, do you want to keep doing this, or, what's the deal? And if they're like, no, I just come in here, remove access, and then they still have access to the community. They can still hang out in here. But they don't have access to the Pocket Coaching. Okay. So, yeah, hopefully that helps. But I'm not a member and I have full access to all of your content. What do you mean? Let's see. Sheila glider sleeve. Let's see here. Sheila. Let's see where Sheila is. Well, you're not inside of here, so I don't think that you have access to all of this. Unless are you under a different name? Let me put your last name in. Gilder sleeve. Yeah, I don't see you in here. Yeah, no kidding, right? Never look a gift horse in the mouth. Yeah. I think there's a glitch in Skool. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah, you're not in here. So anyway, I think we got something going on, a little fishy. Okay. So, anyway, that's all I've got. Okay. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I don't know if he was talking to you primarily. Okay. So does anybody else have any other questions about anything? Yay, Nate. Did this help you guys? Did you guys see a different aspect of what like email marketing is and what it can do? Yes. Okay. Well, hopefully, the next one that we do here, you guys have your cup of coffee ahead of time. And those of you that did engage and those of you that were here, great. And thank you for being here. If you have any questions, thanks, buddy. It was great. Lesson for me. Excellent. Good, Craig. Glad you guys got some value out of this. I will be going live tomorrow. We will have another workshop coming up soon. This recording, I will put it out on YouTube here later. And yeah, that's it for today. So you guys take care. I'll see you on the next one.